South Florida, this is Headliners, only on CBS News Miami.
Hi there and welcome to Headliners. I'm Lauren Pastrana. Last week, Hurricane Idalia made landfall as a Category 3 storm in the Big Bend region of Florida. People an hour north of Tampa lost homes to water and even a fire. An 8-foot storm surge hit them first, then things took a heartbreaking turn that moved neighbors to tears. CBS News Miami's Larry Seward has that story for us.
Jason Nadler's home surveillance recorded the rise. A clear road swamped between frames of video. Then Hurricane Idalia's storm surge wrecked everything around Miss Millie's Hudson, Florida home. One day later.
So where are you mentally processing this?
It's a lot. It's a lot to take in.
The force of that 8-foot surge was so great that it pushed Millie's air conditioner off its concrete base, then swallowed 80 to 90% of her belongings.
That includes irreplaceable scrapbooks her 42-year-old son made as a kid.
I am a woman of faith. I hold on to it. And I am probably more blessed than most because although I suffered the loss of personal items which can always be replaced, some people have lost homes.
The couple who owned this place nearby sandbagged to keep water out. Then fire during the storm cremated most of their house. Pasco County firefighters who rescued at least 150 people from high water battled similar fires along Hudson's canals.
I feel lucky from that perspective that, we're not completely on the ground, burned down. And we were safe. We made it. And so I guess there's that.
Tides ruined Brian Bailey's ground floor. The former Hollywood and Aventura resident has never seen anything like its wake.
It's the damnedest thing. The water came in, and you can see the lines in there 3 feet tall, and then it all went out. I was concerned that there would be standing water inside of the house when I walked back in.
Nadler showed us new unwrapped appliances spoiled by floodwater. He just spent $100,000 renovating. Cleanup could take weeks or months and leaves homeowners staring at backyard pools green with anything but envy. In Hudson, Larry Seward, CBS News, Miami.
And federal resources are on the ground to help people who now have to rebuild their lives after the storm, and more help is on the way from South Florida. CBS News Miami's Jacqueline Quinn is in Pembroke Park with more on that and the recovery efforts now underway.
South Floridians have been stepping up to help. Urban search and rescue crews have gone up there to help find victims, and nonprofits have sent supplies and goods. All of this with the big goal here that they're helping to get people back on their feet.
Overwhelming, frightening. It's hard to process.
Damage from Hurricane Idalia is estimated to cost several $1 billion.
Just thinking about what it's going to take for my neighbors and myself to clean this up.
Residents are now working to recover after the hurricane damaged homes, businesses, and structures. Governor Ron DeSantis toured the devastation on Thursday.
There has been significant damage, particularly along Florida's Big Bend, but the community is resilient, and we are going to work hard to make sure people get what they need.
DeSantis estimates 40 people have been rescued.
I'm Jacqueline Quinn, CBS News, Miami.
Last week, 2 people died after a Broward Sheriff's fire rescue helicopter crashed into a Pompano Beach apartment complex, but many questions remain as to what led to the tragedy. CBS News Miami's Chelsea Jones has been digging to learn more about the operation and maintenance of the Eurocopter. She explains how the county is looking to move forward.
This mangled mess is what's left after this helicopter went down Monday.
It's a huge tragedy for all of us and for Broward County.
Sheriff Gregory Toney insisted for months that the helicopters in use needed replacement.
We need to get this done because eventually the aircraft are not going to be capable of flying, and the risk factor of one falling out of the sky was too great, and now it's happened.
Now 2 people are dead and 4 others were injured as a result of this crash. Since Monday's accident, 3 BSO helicopters are grounded and being inspected according to the sheriff's office. Mutual aid from Miami-Dade and Palm Beach counties are standing in the gap while the fleet is out of service. BSO not clear on a timeline as to when those choppers might fly again.
Well, again, it takes a team effort here, the Broward Sheriff's Office along with the county administration to indeed determine what needs to be replaced.
Mayor Lamar Fisher says the board has to vote on how to spend the county's money, though he says the discussion about one replacement chopper is set to be discussed at the September budget meeting. Though Sheriff Tony said Tuesday the county had already agreed to replace 2.
Also, we need to look at obviously the law enforcement helicopters too that are aging. So we have to look at a plan that necessitates the replacement of the aircraft.
In this department video, Sheriff Tony is seen talking about a new model, the EC-145 that he wants in service, citing it's more efficient than the models they have on hand. But to get 6 new ones, it could cost up to $70 million.
The time has to be now. We can't wait another day, another month. There's no more dialogue.
I'm Chelsea Jones, CBS News, Miami.
When we come back, see what you can do to help give a 4-legged friend a forever home.
From South Florida, this is Headliners, only on CBS News Miami.
Welcome back. I'm Lauren Pastrana. Finding a good-paying job to offset skyrocketing rent and inflation is a challenge. That's why job seekers headed to Sunrise last week. CBS News Miami's Joan Murray finds out who's hiring and how much they're paying.
We are hiring for our peak season.
Exactly what job seekers wanted to hear, waiting in a long line at the mega job fair in the Florida Live Arena. Jackie DeJuiced, with his son Leonardo in tow, said his tax-preparing business is drying up, and the post office could be his ticket to a better-paying job.
Things have been very slow, I have a lot of time in my hand. So I figured maybe seasonal, maybe part-time, maybe full-time. Depending on what I find, I figured let me just put myself back out there and see what's available.
What's available? Seasonal work at the post office, paying $20 an hour. Brandon Carr needs more than that to survive. He's a sous chef who was putting in his resume at Riverside Hotel. Carr's been job hunting 2 months and said employers are offering slightly less than what he was earning working 8 years for the Seminole Tribe casinos.
Depending on the company, they want to pay somebody a little bit less, that they can train up, that they don't know as much compared to somebody that is well qualified.
Besides service jobs, there were opportunities with the Broward School District, cities looking for police officers, insurance agents, and a new booth.
Money for our projects?
The Florida Department of Transportation jobs here pay from the 50s to 6 figures. Christopher Chanel said they are paving the way for success.
Our focus goal is centric to the community on our new Secretary's outreach of the compass. So that's why we now decide to come more to these events.
How many jobs do you have open?
Vacant right now, we have a lot of vacancies. We're probably in the 23 percentile in the vacancies right now. But that could be contributed to folks not knowing what the FDOT is and what the job consists of. So that's why we're out here now.
So if you had no luck or missed it, read the sign, save the date. Next job fair here, October 26th. Have your resumes ready. In Sunrise, Joan Murray, CBS News, Miami.
They come in all shapes, sizes, and breeds, but there's one thing they all have in common. Many dogs are looking for their forever home. Some have spent up to 4 years hoping their next shelter visitor will adopt them with no luck. And as CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner reports, it's not from lack of trying.
Dogs like Ginger are considered one of the lucky ones. She's been here for over 400 days, but she's not even considered one of the longest residents. There are dogs that have been here for over 1,000 days, and this Humane Society is hoping there's a family out there watching that is ready to make space in their home for a new fur baby.
This is our sweet, hard-to-adopt dog.
This is Dino.
Since he's been here for so long, we've noticed the little white hairs on his face.
For 4 years, he's been overlooked.
Like the best Dynamite in hugs, kisses, snuggles. He's really, really sweet. He is full of energy. He loves to run around and play.
In general, across the country, Melanie Ochoa said it's simply hard to adopt out large dogs. On top of that, they're required to disclose.
He meets you with very excited energy. He might do a little nip, and it's like a greeting. It's excited, and he may or may not, and that might scare people.
Ghost is a fan favorite at the shelter.
He is a total love bug, snuggles to you.
But Ghost is invisible to visitors. He's been here for 3 years, and it's not for a lack of trying.
He's part of a partnership that we have with Dolly's Dream, where they provide $350 worth of supplies, like it could include training, a crate.
And these dogs venture out.
We regularly do outreaches. We go to Aventura Mall 4 times a week. We go to Pet Supermarket twice a month. And then partners from around the community, they'll host adoption days.
All it takes is one walk around this facility. 836 days, 730 days to see.
Adoptions, they've gotten quite difficult. If you look around our shelter, you'll see that the majority of the dogs are large dogs. In Miami, poses a little bit of a difficulty when it comes with adoptions because some apartments don't allow large dogs. Some people don't have the time to take the large dogs out for their walks. For some people, a large dog is just not what they're looking for.
It's why they're asking for people to open their hearts and homes.
The same way that there's a human out there in the world for all of us, you never give up, dating and finding, that's how these animals feel. There's someone for everyone.
If you're interested in helping out dogs like Ginger, Dino, Ghost, Benny, any of them, we'll have information on our website at cbsmiami.com. In Miami-Dade, Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
When we come back, see why the city of Miami Beach's new police chief is making history in a big way.
From South Florida, this is Headliners, only on CBS News Miami.
Welcome back. I'm Lauren Pastrana. Now more on the aftermath of Idalia. Leon County, which includes Tallahassee, was spared the brunt of Hurricane Idalia, but still felt some of the effects with gusty winds and rain. Students from South Florida attending Florida A&M University prepared for whatever may come, and CBS News Miami's Tanya Francois checked in with some of them.
Lots of rain and winds is what Tallahassee students say they felt from Hurricane Idalia overnight and into this morning.
It was still raining. It was a little windy, like some trees were getting shaken up, but not to the point where branches were falling.
I haven't been outside. I looked out my window. I was like, okay, it's not bad.
Jaden King and Jalen Forbes are both from Miami-Dade County. Preparing for a storm was second nature. They're now happy their expectations for what Idalia could bring were not met.
Being from Miami, you expect more bad hurricanes, like ones we had before, like Irma. That one was pretty bad. Trees were falling down and everything. This one wasn't as bad.
Being from South Florida, I've experienced other hurricanes and other storms from a higher scale than this one. So far over the summer, I've even experienced harder rainfall than the current storm that's happening right now.
And the students say their Miami training came perfectly in handy. They already know to remain indoors until all of the storm debris has been cleared. In Doral, Tanya Francois, CBS News, Miami.
Miami Beach has a new police chief, and last week he was officially welcomed to his new role. Chief Wayne Jones isn't just getting a new badge, he's also creating a new chapter in Miami Beach history.
Bless Dwayne Jones with the wisdom that he needs to lead these your people.
Before putting their hands on his shoulders, Wayne Jones raised his hand in the air, taking an oath to serve and protect the people of Miami Beach as their new police chief.
Today, I am humbled to stand before you as the first black police chief in one of America's most iconic cities. I actually tell people this is the coolest city in America.
He's been with the department for 27 years, from working patrol to investigating human trafficking and everything in between.
In every job he's had, has performed in an extraordinary fashion. And it is that body of work that brings him here today to be our chief.
Mayor Dan Gelber and a who's who of elected officials showered Chief Jones with proclamations and praise, including a letter of support from President Joe Biden. Jones' family was there. His father pinned him with his new badge.
And my father, who I'm honored is here today to share in this special moment with me. And to see me become the police chief of a department he once warned me about when I was a teenager learning to drive here in South Florida.
Black Bahamian hands built this city. Black culture
made Miami Beach cool, from Ella Fitzgerald to even to Prince. So don't let anybody ever tell you that you don't belong here.
Jones, who was born in the Bahamas, promised to address ongoing issues with spring break chaos, as well as increase diversity on the force through mentorship and training. He vows 30% of the department will be women by 2030.
I won't be a success on my own. You see, today is about you and me. It is about us. It's about what we as an organization and a community can achieve together when we work as a team and a family.
Jones takes over for Chief Richard Clements, who was elected to the position in 2019 to lead the department. Thanks for joining us this half hour on Headliners. As always, keep it right here to CBS News Miami for up-to-the-minute breaking news and weather 24 hours a day. Make it a great one.